Welcome to MJ Hobby Corner, everyone. Today I have slightly different video than normal. This is our Dragon Rampant game, and as I said before in a previous video, I am working on a world which has mostly elemental magic in it, and so in this world, we want to kind of play a few games that take place in this world, and miniature agnostic games like Dragon Rampant, who also don't have very well developed worlds, are great for this purpose. Okay, so this represents that game. However, there were some problems filming. We also had a lot of mistakes in the actual Dragon Rampant rules while we were kind of experimenting with all these different little techniques and stuff. So what I decided to do is to make this more of a training video where I'm actually commenting on what's happening, where we went wrong in some of the rules. This way, people know what's actual Dragon Rampant and what's not. So basically, it'll be like me reacting to our own game, and it's a little different. So this is not going to be an actual battle report. We will have more on this game in the future, more proper battle reports. This is going to be kind of a reaction. Okay, so I won't show every single turn, every single thing that happened, but we had a lot of fun, so I didn't want to waste the material that we had. All right, let's get to it. So I'm going to go straight to the intro of the game, and we'll take it from there. Welcome everyone to MJ Hobby Corner. This is another MJ Hobby Corner game, and today we are playing Dragon Rampant. It's been a while since we've played this game.
Yes.
And I was part of the polls, and we saw that people did vote for it, so we decided to do it. Julie and I
excited about that, by the way.
Julie and I will be playing Elemental Armies today. So the setup is a little different. Julie's going to be playing Kingdom of Water, and I'm going to be playing Earth. Okay? So setting up the armies is not so much about the different races involved. It's about the elements.
Right.
So I'm Earth, and I chose things that could be considered Earth, and Julie chose things that are considered water. Okay, so that was the intro to the game. And just one note about these elemental kingdoms. There are kingdoms and also dominions. And dominions are more like empires. They're set up like empires. These are also magocracies. So all the rulers are magic users, elementalists. And in the case of the dominions, which are more empire-like, being a ruler, a magic user ruler, it usually comes from birthright or nobility, etc., etc. Okay. So I'm still working on all of the details, though. I haven't really set my heart on anything yet. What we're doing in this game is two elemental kingdoms, water and earth, basically. So that's what we're doing today. It's an elemental fight. All right, well, let's to the death. We are also playing the scenario Bloodbath, which simply means this is going to be called Bloodbath on the River Amarin, because Julie's trying to secure the river for her faction since she's water.
Of course.
And basically, Bloodbath scenario, as soon as there are 4 units left on the table, you begin to roll. Okay, so as soon as 4 units are left on the table, you begin to roll, and you have to roll over the number of units that you have remaining on the table. If you do that, the game ends. If you don't, you continue playing, and then next time you have to roll lower because chances are you're going to be losing a unit. All right, so my Earth army is here. This is an Earth host. And we have here my boar riders. They are heavy cavalry, and they consist of orcs and a scaled one over there on a raptor.
Okay, so that's my heavy cavalry. They have attack 5, attack value 4, and defense value 5. Okay, moving on here, we have a heavy foot, and I call these the feral-born.
Okay, one quick thing here. You'll notice there are 12 guys in this unit. That's what I started with. Now, these are heavy foot. I usually like to do my heavy foot for Dragon Rampant as units of 6. You do remove casualties in this game. And so each unit each individual would be 2 strength points, right? So we got all confused about this during the game. You'll see that later. But yeah, so this was supposed to be a 6-man unit. And for whatever reason, I made it a 12. And then afterwards, towards like the middle of the game, we were like, oh, you know, so you're going to see this unit dwindle in the future. So just to point that out, okay, don't be confused. It is supposed to be a 6-man unit. That was our first kind of mistake. Um, it's not a big mistake, though. It's not that bad.
And they're mixed orcs and reptilian dudes. We have some terrapins in this unit. We have a lizard man leader, and then a bunch of different orcs. All right, so that's my heavy foot feral-born. Then we have my general, and he is on a chariot.
Ooh.
Okay, and he is a scaled veteran. Attack 5+. That is his order. His orders for attack are 5. Attack value 4+, and strength value 6. We have an earth elemental, greater war beast. Okay, he is attack order 5, attack value 3+, strength 6. And then we have my archers. They are called impalers. They are light missiles.
That's a great name.
Yeah, I know. Attack 7, attack value 6, and then strength point 12. And the attack 7 is the activation. That's what I got to roll to attack. We have a bark skin tyrant. That's just a big evil looking spirit, nature spirit thing. So he is a bark skin tyrant. He is attack 5+. That is for orders. Attack value 3+, and then strength 6.
He is really cool looking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's a tyrant. And then last but not least is my scaled 1 shaman. He is an elite foot, and he is attack 5+, attack value 3+, and strength point 6. So we'll see how long they stay on the table, and that is my army. All right, going to Julie. Julie's side.
So over here we have my sea elf harpoons.
Harpoon gunners. Okay.
They're heavy missile.
Okay, heavy missile.
Did you want me to do the?
No, you're fine. You don't
Okay.
have to.
All right. They're coral armor, though. I do.
They
want to
have
say
coral
that they
armor.
Have coral armor.
Yeah,
Yep.
so they have like 1 extra armor point.
So then this one is my. It's a greater war beast. He is a giant water elemental.
Yep, right on the river there.
Very cool.
Okay.
And he has tsunami force.
Which is a house rule. That's like an ability we made up. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We love our house rules. Okay. Then we have our elite troop, or my elite troop, I mean. My army general. And then 2 lesser water elementals.
2
there.
little ones. Yep. Okay.
He's the river lord.
The river lord. Okay.
Then here in the center, sort of, my heavy cavalry. They are house knights.
And that's House Tempest.
House Tempest. And my leader is a river champion.
The river champion.
Too cool because it's a frog on a toad, right?
Yeah, frog on a toad.
Because everybody needs a frog on a toad. All right.
And he's leading a cavalry of humans. All right.
Yes. Then I have my water trolls. And it's my elite troop.
Mm-hmm.
The water mage is the spellcaster.
Right. So 1 spellcaster and 2 bodyguard. Okay.
Right. That's it for that one. Okay. This one though, look at that. It's my greater war beast,
Mm-hmm.
Hydra.
Yep.
So cool. This is handmade.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's
You
one of
made
my
that.
sculptures. Yep.
Oh, and he has acid breath.
Acid breath,
Yes.
which is a house rule as
Yes.
well.
He has that. I don't have that. I hope.
Yeah,
Although it'd be kind of interesting. That would be
right.
kind of cool.
All right, so that's Julie's Water Kingdom.
Woo!
All right.
Gotta love the water elves. I love sea elves because it combines my two favorite things, water and elves.
Water and elves. All right, water versus earth. Let's start this game. So rolling initiative. I got a 5.
I got a 6.
All right, so Julie is the attacker. I'm the defender.
I am a
All right. So go right ahead, Julie.
Don't you come near my water.
Okay, so we're not going to go over all of turn 1. It was mostly moving armies into position, so I'll show a little bit if there's anything exciting, and then we're going to move on to turn 2.
All right, so your first move, and you're not going to use command points. Oh, by the way,
Not this time.
we do have a house rule that's very important, and that is the command point. It is related to the level of our general. So a level 2 general will give you 2 command points. Level 3 will give you 3 command points, like Julie has. And basically, you can use a command point after you roll the dice and you failed an activation. You can use a command point to automatically succeed, to ignore that failure.
Oh.
Okay? So that's how command points work, and it really has helped a lot because this game is very random.
Okay, so what you just saw is a very important part of how we play Dragon Rampant. Because Dragon Rampant is such a random game, the actual rules you have to roll when giving an attack order, a move order, a shoot order, and then if your unit succeeds, that's called an activation order. If your unit succeeds, then you can go ahead and do that action. When you're doing, let's say, a charge, you would go for an attack activation. You have to roll a number, and every unit has different numbers. So you have 2 sets of numbers, your activation orders, right? And then your attack values, which is the number that you need to pass on a 6-sided dice to score a hit. Okay, so it's very random. So by using command points, it helps us because if you fail an activation order, your turn ends and it goes to your opponent. So very important.
Oh.
Okay? So that's how command points work, and it really has helped a lot because this game is very random. So my archers are here, my shaman, and then that's my little barky T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
My earth elemental is going to smash that druid statue. My chariot, my general on the chariot, and her cavalry's right in front of me. Then we got my heavy support and my boar riders right on the edge. All right, Julie, and it looks like you also moved forward with all your guys. You're entering the river.
Moving everybody up a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Turn 2 then. Let's see what Julie does. You are the attacker, so you go first. All right, so it looks like Julie's already starting with her stinky breath.
Oh my goodness. Not me.
All right, so acid breath by the Hydra.
Yes.
Let's try that house rule. So...
I'm trying to decide which one though.
Oh yeah, you got 2 units there.
Yeah.
And
do I have to do the closest? Is that how it
no,
works?
there's no real rule that you have to do
Okay.
the closest, so you can choose either one. They're both in your range.
All right, and those are the trolls.
These are the orcs and the
orcs, I mean. Yeah,
orcs and the lizard people.
Lizards. And the other one is the...
There's a
turtle?
lizard man, and then there's boar riders,
Boar
orcs.
riders. Okay. I guess I'll go. Oh, actually, I could shoot this guy too. I could do this guy.
Yes, yeah, I think he's in range too.
Yeah.
Yep, he sure is. All those
And
3 units are in range.
which one is your leader?
He's the general.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I'm going after.
All right, yeah, it would make sense. All right, go ahead.
All right, so my shoot value is 5. So
Okay.
I'm looking.
Hydra fires.
Wait a minute. Shoot is 4 plus. Shoot value is 5.
You gotta first activate it.
Okay, so first I'm looking for 4s.
Yep.
Or over. 6.
Okay,
Right.
6. So he gets to attack.
Now he's gonna attack, and so now I'm looking at 5s or above. 5
Yep.
plus. 5 plus.
Okay, so just pointing out a couple of things. So we do have to be careful, like when Julie mentioned the unit was going to attack, because there is a distinction between attack and shoot in Dragon Rampant. Attack is can be accompanied by a move order and then basically a charge. That's what it means. So, and then shoot is something separate. So just a little thing. This was the first battle in the game on turn 2, and Julie's already doing damage. The Hydra, we had a house rule that it can shoot acid, and that's what she's doing. And we also had a house rule previously. If you remember, her units were in the water. Many of her units have what's called Water Ranger, which is basically allows her units to kind of treat water as if it was regular terrain and not rough terrain. So that's important.
12 dice, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hit on 5s. Oops. Alright, so I've got 5, 6, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5. This was a 5, 5, and 6.
So those are all hits.
All hits.
How many hits is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9 hits.
9. 9 hits.
All right, so 9 hits from the Hydra on my leader.
Yeah.
And there's my leader on his chariot. Okay.
Alright.
9 hits, was it?
Yes. I was just counting it again because I knew you were going to ask me. 9 hits.
So I get my 9 dice.
Okay. This is one of the major problems in the game. We're all confused. In Dragon Rampant, when the opponent does a shoot attack, you don't do a defend. We were doing this thing where I think we were confused with Age of Fantasy and one-page rules, where, you know, if the opponent attacks you, you roll to block. That's not the case in Dragon Rampant. During a shoot attack, I would not roll my defense. Now, during a melee attack, yes. During melee attack, we're both attacking each other, but the attacker is using their attack stat and the defender is using their defense stat. So this way you have units that maybe attack very well, but then they don't defend as well, right? So basically, we're both doing damage to each other. We're just doing different stats. And you're going to see that throughout the game, that we were playing Age of Fantasy, not Dragon Rampant. That was very, very important, and I want to point that out.
My defense. And my defense value is 5. So I need 5s to block. Oh man, look at all these hits that didn't block. So I got 3, 4 blocked, and the rest all go through. So that's 2, 4, 5 hits go through. He is armor 4.
Okay.
So only 1 damage. Let's put a 1 there.
Okay.
And he has 6 strength points, so that means he has 5 left.
Okay.
No. All right, so this was another thing that I don't know what we were thinking. Maybe it was the coffee we drank. I don't know. But basically, in Dragon Rampant, yeah, you have a relationship between armor and strength points. It's very important. And so if a unit has armor 4, for every 4 armor, for every 4, uh, 1 damage is done. So 1 strength point is removed. So if there were like 9 hits, it should have been 2 points of damage. And sometimes we round things up a little bit differently or whatever, right? We usually like round things up or down depending. Julie and I have to agree with that in the beginning of the game. But that's what it wouldn't be 1 hit. So what we were doing was subtracting the armor from the number of hits, and then what was left over is like the damage. Yeah.
5 left. All right. Yikes. Okay, so keep going. And then he's activated.
Yeah.
Nobody else has wild. Nobody in my side has wild charge.
Which?
So I don't have to worry about wild charge. Neither do you, actually. I don't think.
Okay. I don't recall reading that.
Yeah.
No. All right. So, I'm gonna think a minute on my mage. So if
Okay.
you want to.
She is thinking.
Okay, so this is a good intermission time since Julie is thinking. So basically, if you've noticed, we haven't really passed the turns to each other, haven't really used command points. In turn 1, I failed one of my activations close to the end of my turn, and then it went over to Julie, and then Julie then failed her activation, and then we were doing this thing. We were doing it completely wrong because once your activation ends and your turn goes to the opponent, you don't go back to you, the way we were doing it. So then I was like trying to move like the units that hadn't moved before it failed, and then we were like, oh, wait a minute, no, that's not right, so we kind of caught that in time. But unfortunately there were some clips missing also, when the camera wasn't recording at one time. It was just, the whole game was just like it was all salted. A lot of bad luck with that game. But anyway, so yeah, that's one of the core mechanics of Dragon Rampant, is the fact that, as soon as you fail that activation order, your turn goes to the opponent, which is why we use command points, okay? You will see an example of that. I know there's more examples. We were rolling very, very good in turn 2, so we didn't have to do that whole thing, but just wanted to mention that.
Hey, Julie.
All right, so my heavy cavalry.
Heavy cavalry, okay.
Going to move since they can't shoot. And they need 5 plus. 5. What's the matter?
You can probably charge and get a free attack.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you could do that. I thought you couldn't move and shoot.
You can move and then attack.
Okay. Well, then I will try that. But I have to roll to move and roll to attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, okay, just real quick. Notice if you look at the top corner of the video, you see that I do have the Dragon Rampant rulebook open. And the curious thing, and now looking back, is how either one of us made the connections, that we were like botching up all the rules. It's just really interesting. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Also, you'll see that I kind of correct myself too a little bit. It's pretty funny.
No, because you only get 1 action in this game.
Right. But then how can you ever attack?
Okay, so you use your attack when you want to charge. So if you want them to attack him, instead of doing a move, you're going to give them an attack order. So that gives them
and then they can go.
a full move and then they a free attack.
Gotcha. That's what I'm doing.
Yep.
All right. Still need 5s.
Yep.
So here we go.
So your attack order. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, it's a 4.
Oh, do you want to use a command point?
No, I don't.
No.
I'm gonna give over.
All right, the turn goes over to me now. Dragon rampant.
Okay, so in this next clip, you're gonna see one of those. This was one of those turnovers where Julie failed her activation, and then I took it. But we got all confused with like the turns and everything, because Dragon Rampant sometimes, when you lose your turns like that, you kind of lose track of the turns themselves. So, but it's important to note that once that activation ends and you take the turn, let's say, that's it. You're starting all over. You're not going back to units that didn't move and try to move them again. And I don't know, you may see that. So just wanted to point that out.
I think I'm gonna give it to my archers right here. So I think they're gonna get a shoot order. No, because they can't. They don't have any line of sight. Damn it! Alright, give it to my greater elemental first. He has a move of 6. Let's get him forward. A 5 and a 1. Lucky.
Wow.
Max move is 10 inches. I think he's going to go down and just wait for you. Okay, so that's his turn has ended. And now I'm going to try to move my archers. I needed him out of the way. You damn big lug. Alright, so I'm going to give them a move order. My light missiles. Oh, a 3! Oh! Okay, and it's going to be a new turn. Like, since, like, for example, now that I failed, it's going to go to you, but it's a whole new turn.
Okay.
So...
Okay.
Do I want to use a command point? No, I'm going to save my command point. It's really early in the turn, though. I'm going to save my command point, so that's it. Turn goes to you.
Okay. So my range is 14 inches, so I can definitely...
Yeah, they can give an attack order. All right, hold on. It looks like her harpoon launchers are going to shoot my bark skin.
Here we go. We're going to try. Let's see here. 7s. I need 7s. Oh, 5.
Oh, do you want to use a command point?
Yes.
Okay, she uses a command point. Ignores. They're not 12 inches from your leader. Are they? Are they 12 inches from your leader? Check. Because you might not need to use a command point. You could use your leader's ability.
How many inches?
12. From the edge of the base. They're in range. So,
Yeah.
you don't have to use the command point. You can use his ability and ignore that failure.
That is awesome. Okay, so now my shoot value is 4. So I do how many? 12?
12 dice, because they're at full strength. Yeah, you get a lot of hits with this one. Now his armor is going to be 4. So you need to do at least 5 hits to do 1 damage.
Okay, so here the effects of whatever we were eating or drinking are starting to wear off, and we're starting to correct that whole weird thing we were doing with the armor, subtracting the armor from the hits and all that stuff. All right.
All right, well, what did I just say is 4.
Mm-hmm.
I need 4.
Oh, you need 4s?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
So only 4 didn't make it.
Only 4 didn't make it, and the rest made it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 hits. All right, so that's 4 points of damage. Holy shit.
8. Yep.
Right? Because armor 4.
Potentially, yeah.
Well, it depends on what I defend
potentially,
or
that's
don't.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Potentially.
All right, so 8 hits, so I need, my defense value is 6. I roll. Oh man, I only blocked 1.
So we just finished saying that we had corrected that whole thing, and then all of a sudden we go back and and just do the whole thing about blocking hits. It's when it's a ranged attack like that, I wouldn't be rolling my defense. I would take that damage, whatever it was. And, if it was a melee attack, then yes, we're both hitting each other, right? Me using my defense and she using her attack. I don't know. Maybe it's something in the air, in the studio air. I don't know.
So
So
7.
4
Go through.
points.
So 3.
3 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because 7.
Right. 7
now,
went.
now you're confusing me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 went through.
Mm-hmm.
You
I blocked 4.
1, so that's 7, and you have 4 points of 4 armor, so that's 3 is left.
You're right. So I have 3 left, right? 3 wounds left. 3 life left on the.
Okay.
Damn, he took a.
So
Or
6
no.
is his strength. 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, he's got 3 left.
3 left. Oh wow, he took 3 points of damage. Ah. All right, you keep going.
All right. Woo.
MJ, you have the rule book there. Check it out. You have the rule book there. No.
So they're activated.
Mm-hmm.
That leader's ability is really good.
Mm.
And that's not a house rule. That's actually part of Dragon Rampant.
Yeah, we make that one up. Wait, did they? They didn't go. I think what I want to do is give an attack order
Mm-hmm.
for them, and then yeah, and then attack them.
Or did they fail their attack order? I think they failed their attack order.
No.
And then it went to me.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yes.
Yeah, MJ, it's kind of important to keep track of those things in Dragon Rampant. It's really just what the game's about.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. 5. 4. Oh, he's the leader. So how does it work for him?
It doesn't work for him. It
doesn't
only
work for
works
him.
for everybody around him.
All right. I'm going to let it go back to you. I'm not going to use it.
Okay, so it goes back to me. You failed the attack order.
Or the move order.
Move order. Okay, so going to me.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to attack with my leader. I'm going to give him an attack order. 5 or over.
Okay.
Against your cavalry, he's got a 6. His move is 10. So yes, absolutely. He's going to charge in. Right into Frogman, and he has 1 point of damage. Alright, so now I take 12 dice. And what does he have? Okay, Sky Darkener. That's it. Okay, so I got to get my archers near him because they get a benefit. So his attack value is 4. He hits on 4s. Oh, not that great.
Well, you got a punch. You got a punch. There's one more. That's.
So I did 6 hits.
You have one more right there. Not a hit, but a dice.
Okay.
So 6 hits. So.
What's their? Yeah, first do your defense. Yeah.
2, 4, 6. My defense is 5, so I need 5s.
No.
And I've only blocked 2, it looks like.
2, you blocked 2, and the rest went in?
Yeah, because 4s, I got 4s on the rest. So, 4 went through, and my strength, my armor, I mean, is 3, so 1. So I have 5 left.
1 point of damage. All right. Well, that's okay. At least I did a point of damage to your cavalry right there with my charioteer. All right, so I keep going. Next, my heavy. Oh dear, I gotta get this guy. So I'm gonna go for the big Hydra.
Ooh, no, sir.
And I think I'm gonna give them. No, you know what? I'm gonna go.
Okay, so the video did something a little funky there, but basically I was going to choose my heavy foot unit to give them an order, but then I decided to give my cavalry an order instead.
The war pigs.
They have an attack value of 5, so let's see if they make it! Yo,
No,
God!
Just
Yes,
made
they
it.
just
Look at that.
made it. Alright, so, yep. Ba-boom. He's charging into you, you big lizard. You should have joined us instead of the water people.
No. That's why he's called a Hydra.
He's called a Hydra for a reason. Alright, so they pile in there. Let's see that battle.
Oh, nice. Shaking the camera.
There you go. So, yeah, my orcs just charge into the Hydra.
And everything shook.
And everything shook, yeah. I do like Dragon Rampant.
I love this game.
It is fun. Yeah.
Bank account when you're disabled as well, though.
Alright, attack is 4 plus.
4 plus.
Oh, this one let me reroll.
Uh-oh.
Alright, looks like I didn't do a lot though.
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is
6
more
hits.
than enough.
6 hits.
For me, it's more than enough. Alright, so 6 hits. Potential. Well, 6 hits. Let's see my blocking of them. So 6. And my, where is that? Oh, no way. My defense value is 6. That stinks. I can't get 6. I mean, I can, but it's not going to be very likely. All right, here we go. Are you ready?
You ready?
All right, come on, Hydra. Fudge. Oh, look. Why couldn't it have been 5? All right, so I blocked 2. 4 went through. Her armor is 4.
Oh, no damage. Because you got 4 armor and 4 hits went through.
Good job, Holly Hydra.
Damn it.
Okay, so Julie would be using her defense to strike me back, to actually do damage to me back, right? Even if we don't roll simultaneously, but that's how it works. So when I'm the attacker, I use my attack value. She's defending, she uses her defense value. We both do damage to each other. Also, whoever wins that combat, the loser of the combat, rather, has to retreat, okay? And if I take any damage through that combat, then we roll a courage test, okay? And that's something that we do start doing. We do pick it up. For some reason, didn't pick up so far in the clips. I thought we were doing that, but maybe not. I mean, this game is totally botched. So, all right.
I needed 1 more point to do some damage. All right, so no damage.
Hollandaise. I'm hungry. What?
By the way, we did something wrong here. I gotta test a courage test, so I'll do it now.
Right.
Every time you take damage. So let me do a courage test.
I have to too then.
Yeah, we'll do it now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Your apology is accepted. Oh, you're not apologizing to me.
And add the total. So I'm doing courage tests for my leader first.
Okay.
And yes, he passes. His courage is 4, so he's fine. And my bark tyrannosaur thing there. Fine. He is courage 4. And my tyrannosaur is fine, so you can roll yours.
Alright, I'm rolling for these guys.
Go ahead.
2 dice, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my courage is 4. And I got a 9. So, yes.
So you're good? Yep.
Yep. That was it. That's the only one that took damage for me so far.
The unit that loses the most strength points during an attack must retreat.
I can't move. I have to keep fighting them, right?
Well, you would have to, if you can't move, that's not a good thing because you could take damage. So you would have to go that way. You would have to go that way, moving backwards.
Oh.
As much as you can go back. As long as...
But I can move, even though we're base to base right now, where I can move. There's no penalty for breaking away is what
No, you only break away after an attack. Whoever takes the most damage from the attack is the one that breaks away. Otherwise, you don't.
All right, folks. So I think I'm just going to stop it there. I'm not feeling 100% well, and I need some rest. But we saw some interesting things there. There was that rule check at the end, and that's when things started like clicking in a little bit because some of the things weren't making sense on the tabletop. And finally, it was like, oh, yeah, right. So it was an interesting experience there. So the major things are the armor, the way armor's used, not the way we used it in this particular instance, but in Dragon Rampant, if you, let's say a unit has armor 2, for every 2, that means that every 2 hits that unit takes is 1 point of damage. So that's important. And so a unit that has armor 1, every hit that it takes is 1 damage. So those units tend to be larger because you are taking figures out of the unit as they die, as you're taking out your casualties. So those units tend to be bigger. The 2 magic numbers in Dragon Rampant are 6 and 12. Okay, for strength points and things like that, and also for the number of attack dice that you use. And then basically the courage. Every time you get hit, like we saw in this last clip, units do have to take a courage test, and basically, if they fail their courage test, they have to retreat by half their movement. If they pass, you still separate the units, but it's a 3-inch separation. And not only that, but anytime units are separating or retreating in combat, they have to be 3 inches away from either terrain or other units. So that could really bring up some tricky situations, okay? So it's interesting. So basically in part 2, you will see what happened in this game. Things will start to change, and we start to play more the way Dragon Rampant should be played, okay? But hey, I thought this was a great opportunity, instead of wasting the footage, the video, and just make something out of it. Hopefully, you guys thought this was helpful or even entertaining. We can kind of laugh at it for a little bit, these videos, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I'll have a special playlist for botched games where in the world of MJ Hobby Corner, anything can happen. So maybe in the future, Julie can join me and we can kind of laugh at it together and point things out together and all that stuff. That would be interesting. All right, folks, you have a great one. And wherever you are, be safe. And we'll talk in the next video. I'll make sure I link everything so these videos are together. And then you can at least see what happened in this game. All right, have a good one.